There you go, that's the entire fight of Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. A very swift victory for Jake Paul, so swift in fact that people actually questioned the validity of the entire fight on Twitter. Quobscurity tweets out, "Come on guys, the fight wasn't rigged just because Jake Paul won. Who would think boxing is rigged?" Oh wait, Jake Paul did.
And like, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but all of this shit's fucking rigged. You know, you see people whining and dining each other. You see people at Staples Center. Like, who was at the Staples Center last night with KSI? Joe Markowski. People. This sport's rigged for sure. 100%.
Zylan tweets out, "The Jake Paul fight was rigged and or Askren didn't care. This is what Askren can overcome when he's trying. Nothing on the planet can convince me that punch got him. Really good money-making scheme though." Yaya says, "The whole thing was rigged. The man got his money and dipped," showing a picture of Ben Askren after the fight being really happy. Speaking of Ben Askren, he tweeted out, "Sorry world." Muhammad responds, "Ben 10 seconds into the fight." Amanda Cerny says, "Good news is that you got that payout just in time for the crypto dips." Jesse Ronson says, "Just tell us how much money you actually made after the pay-per-view buys, sponsors, etc. And all will be forgiven because 99.9% of the world couldn't dream of making that in 2 minutes." Keemstar says, "Honestly Ben, I always knew you were gonna lose, but you made the leading up to the fight great. You got a lot of new fans." Ben Askren time in the ring, 2 minutes 13 seconds. D'Amelio sisters time in the ring, 7 minutes 18 seconds. Obviously referring to the pre-show, which included the D'Amelio sisters. Keemstar also says, "I have successfully predicted every single YouTube boxing match correctly. Jake Paul now has to fight an actual boxer. Come on Jake Paul, you ready. Now get some real boxing credit."
Jake Paul's gonna have to fight a real boxer. I mean, he looks amazing out there. Like, he looks awesome, but he fought the weakest striker in the UFC, Ben Askren, right? And I don't know why these UFC fighters were saying that Ben would win. I mean, how is it that us YouTubers knew that Jake would? How is it? How do we know this stuff? You know, it's like, because we're paying attention. No one's paying attention to this kid. And now we need to see an actual real test. All right, let's put Jake in the ring with an actual boxer. And let's figure this out. Can he be a real boxer?
David responds to Keem by saying, "How mad are you?" To which Keem responds, "Mad? I literally predicted Jake Paul would win." Keem also says, "Hey, CH Prides, you said this in response to me saying us YouTubers all know Jake Paul is winning, and the UFC fighters think Ben will win. I've saved this tweet for 6 hours just to rub it back in your stupid fucking face." Showing that he responded to Keemstar saying, "Yes, YouTubers are the real experts, not the guys who actually fight." Jake Paul reacts to his win by tweeting out, "Ha ha 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 ha." He then tweets out, "Who should I retire next?" Quote tweeting someone who said Ben Askren would not fight again after the Jake Paul loss. He also says, "Everyone saying the fight was rigged is tweeting off their mom's Wi-Fi." His brother Logan Paul tweets at Floyd Mayweather saying, "You see this?" Showing Jake beating Ben Askren. He also says, "Ben Askren came on my podcast and said he was a genius. At first I doubted him, but after convincing the world he had a chance of beating Jake, exploding on social media and collecting a massive bag even though he lost, that man won! Genius!" Charlie says, "I didn't pay for the Jake Paul fight, but I want a refund." Tim the Tatman says, "Me paying $50 for this fight," showing someone in clown makeup. Pokimane responds to him by saying, "The best part of the whole fight is the Tim the Tatman live tweets." Courage responds to him by saying, "Bro, deadass, lol." Tim also says, "Jake Paul out here shocking the world. Wow." Lips tweets out a live recreation of the fight. Extra Illist says, "People waited 3 hours just to see the Jake Paul fight end like this."
Round 2. Yeah.
Cavo says, "Jake Paul beats Ben Askren in round 1. What the fuck? Jake Paul probably does beat KSI, I can't lie. Ben Askren, former UFC fighter, really just got fucked up by this guy."
Hello, I'm Jake Paul from Bizarre Vark, and you're watching Disney Channel. Oh, no looker. First ever. Oh, nailed it.
Cavus also tweets out, "Honestly, how the fuck did Nate Robinson outlast Ben Askren against Jake Paul? Fucking embarrassing." Jake Paul, if you really think you can box, there is only one opponent you need to face. The Might Butterbean. The Quartering says, ha ha ha, idiots paid $50 to see a YouTuber knock out an out-of-shape Ben Askren, and hear sellout dog call him an N-word. This is what passes as entertainment. Eric responds to The Quartering by saying, Ben Askren looked like naps and snacks were the bulk of his training. Quartering quote tweets him and says, dude, right? Legit had a spare tire. Total sham. Ethan Klein tweets out, condolences to everyone who wasted their Saturday night watching that Jake Paul fight. And then for some reason, Def Noodles screenshots this tweet and then quotes what's in the screenshot. I know that's basically what I do on YouTube, but I don't understand doing it on Twitter considering there's a retweet button. But anyways, moving on, Elvis the Alien makes a very similar tweet where he says, my thoughts and prayers go out to all of the suckers that blew $50 on that awful Jake Paul fight. Deji says, I said it. No way Ben Askren beats Jake Paul. Stephen A. Smith says, see, this has to stop. Jake Paul is not some scrub. He's a pro now. Askren, even though he's a UFC fighter, is a grappler, not a boxer. So why was he even in the damn ring? From now on, Paul needs to fight an actual boxer. He's gonna hurt any non-boxer. Rugg tweets out, holy shit, Jake. Colby Covington says, Snake Paul vs. Ass Cream was a work. Hashtag Thriller Fight Club. DJ Academic says, Snoop Dogg won tonight. He was the most entertaining person tonight. Robert Griffin says, Jake Paul beat a YouTuber, a pro basketball player, and UFC fighter in 3 consecutive fights. What a progression. Dylan Dennis says, it's on 100%. Send me the contract. Let's do this. I'm gonna put this cunt out cold. Showing a picture of him and Jake Paul. Anthony Pettis says, Ben Askren leaving Atlanta. Fig 1, the Hamburglar strikes. Alana Pierce says, I for one am not giving Jake Paul any credit until he actually shows some courage by engaging in a real fight against one of the true undefeated fighter, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. John says, Jake Paul will beat Conor McGregor. Daniel Cormier tweets out, man, look at this shit. That's so crazy, me and Dan react to the knockout on his YouTube. Show him some support.
Look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, this kid punched the shit out of Ben, man. Come on, Ben. Come on, Ben. You let this boy do you like that, man. Come on, man. Somebody got to do something about this Jake Paul, man. Well, guess he get to pretend to be a fighter for a little while longer. And they're going to have to give him somebody real now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he going to have to fight somebody real. I mean, the dude actually can box a little bit. He keep popping he was popping Ben in the stomach over and over again.
We can give him that.
And then he threw a nice overhand right, caught Ben right upside the head, and put him down. I mean, now he doing jumping push-ups and everything. Oh, come on, man. This is crazy. This got to be the craziest shit I ever seen in my life, man. This dude right here, man.
And that's about it for the reactions to the Jake Paul fight. I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Do you think it was rigged? Do you think it was legit? And what is your overall reaction to the entire event, as well as the fight only lasting 2 minutes? But before you go and leave a comment, if you could subscribe and like the video, I would appreciate that a lot. And I'd also like to thank my channel members for supporting the channel. In particular, Scrubby, who's donated $100 a month. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.